Mystery 8 Blind Frog Ranch. Nestled in the Uinta Basin of eastern Utah lies a stretch of land that has long whispered secrets into the desert wind. Blind Frog Ranch, a 160-acre property carved into the heart of one of America's most enigmatic landscapes, has once again become the epicenter of intrigue. Strange lights flicker across the night sky. Forgotten tunnels seem to breathe with ancient purpose, and the earth itself appears to be hiding something just beneath the surface. Over the years, the ranch has built a reputation for phenomena that defy simple explanation. But just when it seemed the dust had settled, a fresh wave of discoveries has breathed new life into its legend. The mystery is no longer just about buried gold or strange geology. It has evolved into something much deeper and far more unnerving. A landscape that refuses to stay quiet. The terrain of Blind Frog Ranch is unforgiving. Ridges twist like serpents across the ground, and the soil crumbles beneath heavy boots. At first glance, it resembles any other remote part of Utah, a place where scrub brush clings to dry rock and the sun bears down without mercy. But there's a different energy here, something that doesn't quite align with the ordinary. Recent surveys using ground-penetrating radar have exposed previously undetected voids beneath the property. Vast, unnatural chambers hidden 50 feet below. One in particular appears to follow a perfect geometric pattern, unlike any natural cave. Its shape is a polygon, sharply defined, and its walls seem to reflect sonar in ways that suggest they are constructed from metal or an unfamiliar composite. What makes this more perplexing is that this anomaly lies directly beneath a zone where compasses malfunction and animals refuse to go. That same area has long been a hotspot for bizarre electromagnetic activity. Equipment short circuits, batteries drain inexplicably. Time-lapse cameras, left overnight, capture flickers of light and momentary shadows that vanish upon playback. The air feels heavy, charged. Even skeptics who walk this ground admit to a growing unease they can't logically dismiss through the property like veins. When a portion of one of the flooded mine shafts was recently drained, a chamber was uncovered that had seemingly remained sealed for decades, if not longer. Inside was a cache of artifacts wrapped in oilcloth and buried beneath layers of sediment. The contents, carved stone tablets inscribed with an unknown script, delicate metal tools that hadn't rusted, and a fossilized fragment of what looked like an ancient map, sent waves through both academic and paranormal communities. Linguists, historians, and geologists couldn't agree on anything except one fact. These items didn't belong to any known civilization in the region. What's more, these artifacts seemed deliberately hidden. The chamber wasn't a natural space. Its walls bore markings consistent with chiseling, and the entrance had been concealed with a plug of sandstone that matched the mine's geology. Clearly, someone or something had gone to great lengths to keep its contents secret. Biological anomalies and the return of the creature several months ago, a series of motion sensors planted near one of the less traveled ridges began triggering sporadically at night. The cameras captured only glimpses, blurred forms, bipedal but non-human, moving quickly and without regard for terrain. One image, enhanced by infrared, showed an outline that vaguely resembled a reptilian figure with elongated limbs and reflective eyes. Shortly after these sightings, the team working on the property discovered a peculiar species of frog never before documented. Blind, translucent, and cold to the touch, the frogs were found clustered near a warm spring that had only recently opened after a mild earthquake fractured the surrounding rock. The creatures exhibited unusual traits. Their skin glowed faintly under ultraviolet light, and their biology contained enzymes with unknown sequences. Scientists brought in to study them were baffled. Not only were the frogs completely blind, having no vestigial eyes at all, but their cells showed signs of radiation exposure, despite the lack of any radioactive material in the area. Some theorized they had evolved in complete darkness over millennia. Others suggested they weren't native to the region, or even the planet. Uncovering the stone circle near the center of the ranch, where the electromagnetic interference is strongest, a drought uncovered something extraordinary. A stone circle, previously hidden beneath years of overgrowth and silt. Perfectly symmetrical and measuring 60 feet across, it contains a central plinth etched with symbols not found in any known language. The structure aligns precisely with astronomical markers, the solstices, equinoxes, and certain lunar phases, leading some to believe it served as an ancient observatory or portal. But when researchers began measuring vibrations in the area, they detected a pulsing hum at a frequency just below human hearing. Instruments picked up a repeating pattern, almost like a coded signal, emanating from beneath the central stone. Ground samples revealed an unusual concentration of magnetite, a mineral often associated with magnetic anomalies and sometimes found near impact craters. More disturbing were the side effects experienced by those working near the circle. Nosebleeds, disorientation, vivid dreams involving unknown languages and symbols, and sudden emotional changes plagued members of the team. One geologist reported feeling as if he had lived another life, seeing visions of ancient rituals, metallic pyramids, and beings with elongated skulls standing in the circle under a blood-red sky. Unexplained disappearances and resurfacing history records more than just mysteries at Blind Frog Ranch. It records disappearances. In the late 1800s, a mining crew vanished without a trace after blasting into what they believed was a rich ore pocket. Their tools were found neatly stacked at the tunnel entrance, but no human remains were ever recovered. The local Ute tribes spoke of cursed ground and those who walk beneath. Recently, while scanning old land records and geological surveys, a researcher found a series of hand-drawn maps dating back to 1897 that indicated the presence of a sunken chamber where the modern team had just drilled. The map's symbols match the carvings on the stone circle and the recovered tablets. It appears that someone, perhaps the original miners, had found this chamber before and had tried to document it before their disappearance. Then, just weeks ago, a hiker was found wandering near the property's edge, confused, dehydrated, and unable to recall how he got there. He claimed to have been missing for a few hours, but his family had reported him gone for 7 days. He was found wearing unfamiliar clothes, and a small artifact was clutched in his hand. A metallic triangle etched with the same unknown symbols found elsewhere on the property. New secrets, deeper questions. Blind Frog Ranch continues to confound and captivate. Each answer seems to birth 10 new questions. The deeper one digs, literally and figuratively, the less the mysteries make sense within any traditional framework. Are the anomalies geological, biological, or perhaps something beyond comprehension? Is the land protecting something, or is it trying to reveal it? Are whispers of ancient technology, forgotten civilizations, even interdimensional rifts? Ideas that once belonged solely in science fiction, but now seem less implausible given the accumulating evidence. Some suggest that the ranch sits on a ley line, a place where energies converge and the fabric between realities grows thin. Despite the growing risks, exploration continues. With each drill core extracted, with each strange creature catalogued, the line between the known and the unknown blurs. Whatever lies beneath Blind Frog Ranch, it seems, is not ready to be forgotten. The land itself pulses with an unseen force, as if waiting for the right moment to unveil its final secret. Blind Frog Ranch, perched in the high desert of Utah's Uinta Basin, had long been a puzzle wrapped in silence. Remote, wind-swept, and scarred by ancient erosion, the ranch occupied a terrain that offered more questions than answers. In the haze of midday heat and purple-sashed sunsets, rocks held a stubborn secret, and shadows passed without explanation. Over time, whispers of strange lights, artifacts, odd geology, and even living oddities had seeped into local lore, then faded. But that quiet interlude had broken. A fresh surge of discovery, of anomalies, had shifted the balance. Blind Frog Ranch's mystery had resurfaced, and with it, new layers of enigma. Dry riverbeds cracked beneath the noon sun. Streams that had once roared in snailmelt now trickled in shallow pools. In one such pool, a crust of sediment gave way under cautious boots, exposing a slab of stone bearing markings unlike anything known. Lines fine as hair, curving in tight loops, intersecting with straight axes, something half map, half calculation, inscribed with intention. The slab, when lifted, revealed a cavity beneath, a slender shaft of carved stone leading into darkness. The hour of discovery brought heat and dust, but light fell inside long enough to record contour and texture, smooth, polished surfaces in a roughly circular chamber, walls lined with angular stonework, joints too perfect for casual construction.